Yeah.
Is there anything that JD does that you don't like, but you know he still does it anyway?
I don't think so, because I actually do stop.
I'm asking her, JD.
I'm almost afraid to say anything.
She's like, where do I start?
Good morning.
Oh,
yeah, it's so funny. Like, we're going to bed in a few hours, and this is your morning. But
Yeah.
I mean, how long have you guys been together now?
Well, we just had our 6 year
6 years.
dating
Oh my
anniversary.
gosh.
Yeah. So in a relationship for 6 years.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yeah.
That's
no,
crazy.
Sorry, in a relationship for 5.
Oh.
But we've known each other for 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like forever, but also
It seems
a
like an
very
eternity.
short time.
Yeah, but for me, I think it's so interesting to see. You know, I remember when we first met Annalee, and it was over the holiday. It was Christmas. You came to meet the family like the first
In
year.
a onesie.
First time.
Yeah.
We were wearing
Yeah,
a,
we weren't dating at that time.
Yeah.
you were wearing was it a unicorn onesie?
A unicorn pink onesie. But and I remember thinking, like, because, you know, I've always said in our family, everyone knows I'm the one who will voice my opinion if I do not approve of somebody's girlfriend. And we loved you from the get-go. I mean, you were so fun and awesome and such a great energy.
I literally remember going to bed that night and saying, she's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, yeah, pretty. We're like, what the hell is she doing with JD? No, but
Later.
in the beginning, when you guys first started dating, tell us a bit of you know, how you met and, you know, the flirting process back and forth.
Well, so we met at a bar through mutual friends, and JD was not overly excited to meet me, and so I didn't act excited to meet him or whatever.
Well, I was there with someone else, and
He was actually alone when I met him.
No, but I was at the bar with someone else, and I'd had a couple drinks, and so this was just someone I didn't know. So I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." That was it.
Anyway, so a few months later, he replied to a tweet of mine, and I remembered meeting him, so I followed him back, and then Facebook suggested us to be friends, so we started talking there, hung out in person, and then it was our third date. He said something, and I said, well, you know, we had met before. That was why I tweeted you back, and he has no recollection
Didn't
of that
remember
at all.
He's just playing hard to get.
So do you
Still,
remember
5.5
it-
years later, he's playing hard to get.
Do you remember it now?
Well,
Were you-
yes. So now that we know that, I can think back and like, oh yeah, through those mutual friends. But at the time, no idea. I thought legitimately that we met on Twitter.
Because he had started following me on Twitter because I was on a magazine cover that he had. And so he just knew who I was from that. He didn't remember
And
meeting.
I thought it was my witty comment, whatever it was.
Wait, the magazine that you had in the bathroom? Like the one you gave them?
It
No.
might have been along those lines.
So it was a pervy tweet. Was the first he reached out, but you had actually just genuinely tried to meet him.
Well,
at
yeah,
the
I
bar.
remembered who he was. And yeah, so then we hung out a few times, and like we just got along really well. And he was actually the first person I'd met in Vegas who had a little bit of depth to him. So I'd met a lot of
Just
people.
a little.
I'd met a couple friends, but as far as any sort of romantic interest, he was the first one that I really felt like, okay, like even if we don't end up dating, he's somebody I really would like to keep in my life either way. And so we hung out a lot before we were exclusive.
At the beginning, she didn't think I was interested in her.
No, I thought our first 3 dates, he was either gay or legitimately just wanted to be my friend because he never made a move. We like went and got absinthe on our first date. He didn't even kiss me afterwards or anything. And I've never had to make the move on anybody. And so
Annalee, we're gentlemen in the Scott family.
Whatever.
I was trying to be the gentleman, and I was trying to do it a little bit differently than I have in the past.
because I had heard otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be
You had heard
reputation, but I had genuine interest in this person, and I wanted to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So
and
was Was that your game though? Were you playing hard to get, or like you were truly just like wanting to be a gentleman?
Oh, I was playing anything. I was just trying to be a gentleman, and
Okay.
I want to kind of slow things down and really get to know her. And
But for me, I've never had anybody do that. So I was just confused. And then, yeah, it was like our third date before we even kissed. And like we went to events together. I had been over here to the house a couple times. And it was always we'd get back to the house and basically say goodbye, and I would leave.
But
just
Like,
the first time she came to the house, I invited her over to watch my show.
Very smooth. Very self-absorbed. I want to be a gentleman, but a self-absorbed gentleman.
yeah,
Look, I had to live tweet, so
That's hilarious.
that was a weird experience. But I stuck around. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, anyways, I didn't want to go back home for Christmas because I had already been home 4 times that year to Texas. And I had gone home for Thanksgiving, and JD said, well, why don't you just spend it with my family and me? And obviously I knew who you guys were. And I feel like internally I was just like.
but I did say too that we have always at Christmas kind of been like the home of lost toys. So if there's anyone who doesn't have anywhere to go, they have come spent it with us. So
Yeah.
And my family was the same
Yeah.
way.
I find, it growing up like that, like literally we always had more friends staying over for the holidays at mom and dad's at the ranch and than we did our own family. But it's just always the way we were. It was always nice to be able to support our friends that, if they were at university, but they weren't going home for the holiday, they could just stay with us and hang out. But it was, that first time I'm being totally honest, I was full on ready to judge you. Like I was like, JD, he's had some different choices in the past for girlfriends, and not to say I haven't either, but I was ready because JD, always had his type that he would go for. Most people I think do, and you changed all of that. And I think it's great you brought color into his life too, because before you, JD almost never wore any color. It was always kind of like today, just black and gray.
Yeah, mostly black.
Yeah. I mean, I remember coming over for Christmas and I was ready to be judged. I was so nervous. And then I don't know, you guys were all so nice, the whole family. And I don't know, I said the same thing about Linda, just how easy she was to talk to. I felt very welcome and like I belonged right away.
Okay, I remember the first time I met Linda. It was
I
on
do
her
too.
birthday at
It was at
Disneyland.
Disneyland of all places.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The weird part was I didn't know that Drew was seeing anybody at the time. So you were there, and I thought that you were actually like a liaison at Disney.
Did you actually?
Yeah, because my girlfriend at the time had planned like a big scavenger hunt thing. I thought, I guess this is part of the plan. Like she arranged this, and you were so nice and enthusiastic. There's no way she's not with Disney.
Why is Drew making out with the liaison? I don't understand.
Get it off.